Hi everyone, this is your daily weather hazard briefing from the National Weather Service office here in Pocatello, Idaho for Tuesday, August 20th. Overall, we are going to see some drier weather today and tomorrow, but we'll talk a little bit about more rain and thunderstorm chances as we go through the rest of this week, and a cool down as we head into the weekend. So those are some of your key points. Overall, like I mentioned, mainly dry conditions today and tomorrow. Keep in mind we will have some near critical winds and min-RHs, mainly across parts of the Central Mountains and southern South Hills today. Not quite widespread enough in those areas for red flag warnings, but something to keep in mind today and tomorrow is we'll be close in a few of those spots. We'll have moisture returning as we kind of get into Thursday, Friday, but especially into the weekend, and breezy conditions at times, even windy, especially as we get into Friday, ahead of that next system that will cool us down for the weekend. So here's a look at satellite this morning. Now, while most of us will be dry, we still just have a couple of showers and thunderstorms still hanging on out there, even early this morning. You can kind of see that boundary that came up north had some of those storms in northern Utah overnight. Just enough oomph to get a couple more storms going. Those are expected to continue lifting northward and to kind of dissipate as we go through this morning here. Again, overall expecting mainly dry conditions for most of us as we get into this afternoon and throughout most of Wednesday too. So overall, our weather risk outlook grid, fairly quiet. Again, we just have some of those breezy winds and low min-RHs in the afternoons to be something that we'll want to keep an eye on today and tomorrow, but then we'll start to reintroduce some isolated showers and thunderstorms as we get into Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday. And again, breezy to even windy at times, especially on Friday for us. So here's a look at our afternoon highs today. Expected to be another hot one with most of us in the upper 80s to low 90s. Some of those wind gusts will start to pick up this afternoon around 25, almost 30 miles per hour, especially across parts of the Arco Desert there. Min-RHs as we get into this afternoon. Now, I know technically one of those banners says Wednesday, but it is for this afternoon. For whatever reason, our min-RHs, when we use the system, it pops out tomorrow's date as the title, but it's actually for today. You'll notice that on all of the min-RH graphics in here this morning, unfortunately. But for this afternoon, a lot of us kind of in those mid to upper teens. As we get into our highs on Wednesday, will actually be just a couple degrees cooler with highs more so in the mid 80s. Wind gusts will pick up a little bit more on Wednesday afternoon, with more of us closer to that 25 to 30 mile per hour range. We also notice that those min-RHs actually tick up just a little bit, closer to about 20% for most of us for Wednesday afternoon. So we get into Thursday, temperatures warm another couple degrees back into the mid and upper 80s for most. You'll notice winds, again, still breezy at times on Thursday. Kind of still in that 25-ish mile per hour range for really most of the area in eastern Idaho here that we cover. So we get into Thursday afternoon, min-RHs will still be hanging out kind of in those mid to upper teens. A lot of us in that 15 to 20% range. As we get into Friday, temperatures drop another couple degrees, so we'll see those highs back in the low to mid 80s, and this is going to be ahead of the next system that swings through for the weekend. That'll bring a little bit more widespread rain and, dare I even say, small chance, maybe a 10 to 20% chance for a light dusting of some snow way up top on our mountain peaks. So if you're going to spend the weekend above 9,000 feet, keep that in mind. But for most of us, we're going to just see some rain showers on and off through the weekend, which you can see in our 6 to 10 day precip outlook here. Some potential for above average precip through parts of Idaho, and keep that in mind. That'll be good, but won't last forever. Otherwise, we see the summary here of mainly dry conditions today and tomorrow, and we'll have more moisture returning to the areas we get towards the end of the week, but especially for the weekend. That said, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to rain all weekend long, so I wouldn't cancel any of your plans just yet, but you'll want to keep an eye on the forecast as we get closer to it. But we will certainly be cooler, kind of a taste of fall for us this weekend, where a lot of us will see highs in the 60s and 70s. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always find us on social media. It's a great way to interact with us. For the latest weather forecast information, you can find us online too, or you can give us a phone call or send us an email. Have a great day.